The moment my husband's smile vanished, I knew I'd crossed a line I couldn't uncross. Music thumped, glasses clinked, and laughter echoed through our friend Mark's apartment when I joked, "If you beat my husband, I'll kiss you." People hooped. Someone slapped the table. I laughed too, assuming it was harmless banter. Then I looked at Ethan. His jaw locked. His eyes went flat, almost cold. He didn't laugh or roll his eyes like usual. He just stared at me, then quietly set his drink down, as if something inside him had finally broken. Ethan and I had been married 6 years, together for 9. We met in grad school, survived internships, shared a tiny apartment with leaky windows and cheaper dreams. Our marriage wasn't perfect, but it felt solid. We had routines: Sunday groceries, Wednesday takeout, budgeting spreadsheets every month. Ethan was competitive, especially about games, but also sensitive about respect. I knew that. I also knew he hated public embarrassment. Still, I'd been drinking, feeling witty, trying to keep the party energy high. "Relax," I'd told myself earlier, "it's just a joke. He knows I love him." The party itself was casual. 30-somethings crowded around a dining table pushed against the wall, a video game tournament projected onto a TV. Mark's place smelled like pizza and cheap beer. Ethan had been winning all night, undefeated, joking with everyone. I noticed a few people rolling their eyes when he celebrated too hard. I thought my joke would humble him, make everyone laugh. "You always win," I teased earlier. He smiled then. That's why the sudden silence after my comment felt so loud, like the room had inhaled and forgotten to breathe. I tried to recover quickly. "I'm kidding," I said, touching Ethan's arm. "You know I'm kidding." He didn't look at me. He stood up, buttoned his jacket, and said calmly, "I'm done playing." Someone laughed nervously. Mark said, "Come on, man." Ethan shook his head. "No," he replied, voice steady. "I'm done." The stakes shifted instantly. I felt a tight knot in my stomach. This wasn't about a game anymore. This was about something deeper I hadn't taken seriously enough: how casually I'd put our marriage up for a laugh. While others resumed playing, Ethan sat on the couch scrolling his phone, silent. I caught glimpses of his screen texts, then a banking app. That felt strange. I whispered, "Are you okay?" He answered without looking up, "I will be." That scared me more than anger. 10 minutes later, I noticed he'd transferred money from our joint account. Not everything, but a noticeable chunk. My heart started racing. "Why are you doing that?" I asked. He finally met my eyes. "Because tonight clarified a few things," he said quietly, then went back to his phone. I followed him into the hallway. "You're overreacting," I insisted, lowering my voice. It was a stupid joke. He leaned against the wall, arms crossed. "You offered a kiss," he said. "Publicly. Like I was a prop." I tried to laugh it off again. "It's not like I meant it." He replied, "Meaning isn't the point. Respect is." That word hit hard. Respect. I remembered other moments, sarcastic comments, teasing him in front of friends. Things I'd dismissed as harmless. For the first time, I wondered how long he'd been swallowing that resentment. When we returned to the living room, the tournament was wrapping up. The guy who beat Ethan earlier grinned awkwardly and said, "Guess I'm owed something." Everyone laughed. I forced a smile, but Ethan stood up. "No, you're not," he said firmly. "This ends now." The room went quiet. Mark muttered, "Dude, chill." Ethan looked around and said, "I'm leaving." Alone. I grabbed my purse. We'll talk at home, I said. He nodded. Yes, he replied. We will. And it'll be honest. The drive was silent except for turn signals clicking. My phone buzzed, texts from friends asking if we were okay. Ethan pulled into a gas station instead of heading home. He parked, turned off the engine, and took a breath. Before we go any further, he said, I need to say something. I braced myself. That joke wasn't the first time, he continued. It was just the loudest. I opened my mouth to interrupt, but he raised a hand. Please. Let me finish. His voice shook slightly, and that scared me more than shouting. I've felt like a punchline for a while, he said. With your friends. With your coworkers. Tonight, you turned our marriage into entertainment. I whispered, I didn't realize. He nodded sadly. That's the problem. Then he showed me his phone screenshots of messages I'd sent friends complaining about